What's up, Don again? Your boy the Bear back at it again, man. This video is basically to share with y'all, what I think is the strength and weakness of pure Jurrac, and if you mix Jurrac with dinos and stuff, OG dinos. So pure Jurrac, I think the weakness is you lose harder to the small hand traps, cause like you mostly just, like normal summon this. You get what I'm saying? And this like is your main push, like it have to go through. So you lose harder to this, you know, because you normally go send miss for his effect. You get what I'm saying? Now if you hard draw miss, then that's fine. But I mean hard draw a faucet dig or something, then cool. But 9 out of 10 is just like normal summon this. You feel what I'm saying? So you lose harder to like Imperm and stuff like that, Ash, Impulse, stuff like that. And say if it go through, you use the effect and summon 4, then that'll be 5 summons. So you'll be stopped before you even get started. So you won't have none in the graveyard. You won't have none of that. So it would be like past turn. You know what I'm saying? So that's the weakness of the deck, like hand trap wise. And they got cards like, Dark Ruler droppers and stuff like that. It don't really affect this deck. So that's actually a pro. And the deck is pretty consistent. You hardly brick, so that's another pro. So you don't really lose to blowout cards. Like, hard going second cards, and Lancia is okay. It stopped the miss from coming out. I mean, it's from banishing something over, so it does something, but it's not as hard. Like Lancia and Joe are not as hard in this deck than the other deck. You get what I'm saying? So that's another pro. So, but the problem with this deck to me is the follow-up. You're gonna stop your opponent, but it's like, can you, when you come back to your turn, do your follow-up, and can you push for game? You know what I'm saying? That's been a problem in the pure that I tested. And I was going off a list that had one conductor. A lot of lists I saw had one conductor. You need the second conductor to push, I'm telling you. So no matter what list you play, you better have 2 conductors or 2 big dinosaurs in there. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's the pros. They don't lose to, Lancia and Drove, and it's way more consistent, and like play less bricks, and yeah, that's it. It's the ceiling not that high. It's just very consistent. You get what I'm saying? Go at a steady little pace every time. You know what you're getting. But yeah. So the main problem I have with this is no follow-up. Sometimes you can add an Ovi, but if you don't have that second conductor in deck, then it's pointless, right? So let's go to the other one. If you mix Jurrac with Dino, right? Like I said, the ceiling is way higher, and you could definitely break boards more going second. And you have a better inboard. But the flaw, the cons is, you break more because you're adding all kind of extra cards to your deck. And you lose to blowout cards like Droplets, Lancia, and Drove. Way more. So hopefully, once they hit Malice and everything, maybe Lancia could like take a dive, and maybe they'll put Drove to 1. Then that's when Dino is really gonna be like flourishing. That's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping that like the decks that like you're putting Lancia in the side for like Malice get hit, so people not really gonna be playing Lancia like that in the side, and I hope they hit Jordan 1. So if they do that, bro, we in business for real. So and the reason it made me go to this route because the follow up, right? So the follow up is this card right here, a bowel. So once you banish on your opponent's turn and summon an Ovi, Ovi go grab another Ovi. And then, you know, once you get rid of your negate your Doka, you know, your conductor and all this other stuff to trap, you know, big ball right here, he gonna summon back Jurrac Yugioh. So during your turn, you know, everything is he gonna be back. So you got him on your field. Then Jurrac Yugioh will pop itself and summon a rank 4, the level 4 one. Ovi add conductor. Then boom, you got a rank 4 with Ovi and Stigo. You got a Bow Steel and you got a conductor. That's over 8,000 damage. If it's not, if it's a little bit under, now you got a Logia, a Bow, and conductor. That's still gonna be game next turn. The follow up is crazy. You know, in this list you play 2 and 2. The pure list you play 3 and 3. So 2 of these, pure list play 3. And plus also the extra deck is more flexible. Like you could add going second card like a Phoenix Service or Unicorn or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You can even add a Masquerade if you want to. So it's just different. Like I think this more flexible to go second also. So but you lose to lead like blowout cards like this. You lose to like hand traps like this. You lose harder. Fuck. The other list you lose harder to like small hand traps. You know. So I'm not seeing too many droplets right now, and I'm seeing a lot of Droll, Lancy in the side. So. And so it all depends, man. They both got their flaws. The reason I would play this version, I would take, you know, a little more risk with the brick because it's ceiling way more higher. Going first or second. So sometimes you just go. Sometimes you're gonna draw a brick hand, you know. So that's what I think the screen the weakness is. I gotta do more testing to find out if it's something different, but that's what I got so far though.